Jimmy James, you're watching Catch It Live First. We have got coming up for you the Catalunya Moto GP. What a race we're in store for. If yesterday's sprint race is anything to go by, then today's is going to be an absolute cracker because tyre wear is going to become a massive issue. Is it going to be a case of the slowest rider wins? If that makes sense, because let's be honest, anybody who puts the hammer down early, uses the sweeties too soon from the tyre, you're going to suffer. And you're going to suffer in a big way. So, predictions. We won't tell you what's happened in the previous two races. We don't do spoilers on Catch It Live First. But I am going to be going for Maverick Vinales. Starting from 12th position, I'm going to sneeze 1 second. Blimey. I thought it's raining in Devon currently. I thought that might have sorted the hay fever out. Apparently not. Yeah, I have got a feeling that Maverick can look after his tyre and can come good late on in this race. I don't think, obviously, it's not a good circuit for Ducati. They've not won here since 2018, Jorge Lorenzo, when he was on pole. The stats just come up there. So it's a pretty astonishing stat, that. However, why should today be any different? I've just got a feeling that Maverick could come good late on in this race. I've also got a sneaky suspicion, though, for the best of the Ducatis could be Bastianini. He can also look after his tyre, can't he? He was fastest in warm-up this morning. Not that that means a lot, because, let's be honest, it's not about speed, it's about longevity and who can look after the rubber that's underneath you. So we'll see. We're not missing anything. The guys are on the warm-up laps at the minute. Let's run through the grid. We've got Aleix in pole, Bagnaia second, Raul Fernandez third, Brad Binder fourth, Pedro Acosta put in a good show yesterday, didn't he? I've got a feeling he'll get too giddy with his tyre early. Acosta in fifth, Digi in sixth, Jorge Martin in seventh, Alex Rins in eighth, Jack Miller ninth, Morbidelli 10th, Bastianini 11th, Vinales 12th. Your winners coming from there. The sprint race yesterday, obviously Aleix won that with Marc Marquez in second, Pedro Acosta third, Jorge Martin fourth, Bastianini fifth, so on, so on, so on. Everybody yesterday, and I've said it in the watch-along before it happened, anyone who got to the front and pushed ended up on the rear. And the front tyre seems to be the limiter. It happened to Bagnaia, so close to the end. But before that, there was Fernandez and obviously Brad Binder. So the fact that Bagnaia did what he did so close to the end when he wasn't under immediate pressure was a bit of a rookie error, really. And obviously, he ain't no rookie. So we'll see what happens today. But yeah, is it going to be a case of the slowest rider wins? We're going to find out because they're coming onto the grid now. Hopefully, this screen is going to update from warm-up. These are the warm-up times from this morning. Fingers crossed that will update. It's a little bit slower, but it's the only one I can use without Dorna feeling my collar. Here we go. The flagmen have moved. The lights are on. We are off. Aleix moves over to the right, trying to cover Bagnaia, but Bagnaia's too quick, and Pedro Acosta has got a lightning start. Bagnaia, somebody's going wide there. Let it all sort itself out. Everybody's made it around T1, T2 and T3. It was a Yamaha that got pushed out wide there. I couldn't tell you who it was, but currently in P1 it's Bagnaia under immense pressure from Pedro Acosta there in second, with Brad Binder in third. Jorge Martin's had a good start. He's up into fourth. Aleix is in fifth. Followed by Jack Miller. Raul Fernandez is in seventh. Maverick Vinales is... I'm just having a look there. What's happened to Vinales off the start? He's in 19th. He's had an absolute shitter again off the start. Where's Bastianini? Alright, so we've updated over here now. Bastianini is in 8th. Bagnaia, is he going to try and make a break for this at the front and then hang on with what tyre he's got left, just match everybody behind from his pit board? But it's not happening anyway, because Acosta's gone with him. Jorge Martin's in third, under pressure from Brad Binder here into T1. No, Martin's alright on the brakes there. Somebody's coming in there hot. I think that was Jack Miller. Keeps it on track in T1 just, but lost a bit of ground there. He's got Bastianini right behind him now. 23 laps to go. These tyres are just going to be crying with about 10 laps to go. I don't know how they're going to... I honestly think somebody is going to have to pit because of tyre wear. I just got that feeling. Went into T5 there. Horrible left-hander downhill. Marquez trying to get underneath Raul Fernandez there. Didn't happen, and I think if Mark had been a foot later on the brakes, he'd have been in the side of Fernandez there. As it happens, all is well. Let's give you... It's all calming down a little bit now. So we'll do... Bagnaia's gone medium tyres. Acosta's gone medium front, soft rear. I don't know what everyone else is on. So P1 we've got Bagnaia, P2 Acosta right on his pipe. Then there's a half-second gap to Martin in third, Brad Binder fourth, Aleix in fifth, Fernandez in sixth, Jack Miller seventh, Bastianini eighth, Morbidelli ninth, Marquez in 10th with his brother just behind him. And Maverick Vinales is now into 18th place. So we've got Acosta and Martin. I think they've got joint fastest race laps there. They're doing 1 minute 40s at the minute. 1 minute 40s. This morning in warm-up they were doing 1:39.5s. Yesterday in qualifying they were doing in qualifying they were doing 1:38.1s, so they're a couple of seconds off the qualifying pace. But even so, Pedro Acosta's just gone P1, ran a little bit wide. Bagnaia comes underneath him and sits Acosta up. Acosta doesn't lose any more time though, and Jorge Martin is right behind Acosta, who's right behind Bagnaia in P1. Yellow flag in sectors 3 and 4. Jack Miller's crashed out. He's having a bit of a turn 10. Not unusual there, as Tom Jones said. We're just going to be coming over the start-finish straight now. 21 laps to go. Francesco Bagnaia P1. Pedro Acosta P2. Jorge Martin P3. That's the way it'll stay into turn 1. Acosta, they're close right in on Bagnaia, but Bagnaia's late on the brakes, and it's got to be. He's not going to keep being able to do that, Bagnaia. We know what happened yesterday. Start pushing that front tyre. Definitely the front tyre that's going to be the limiter, not the rear. Obviously. Pedro Acosta there looked like he was going to take Bagnaia into T5, which is risky because T5's a pain in the arse of the corner. But he's done that the last few laps. I think he just takes a different line there. Maverick Vinales, he's now up into 16th. I don't know what he does at the start. He's been doing well this year as well from the starts, you know, not doing what he's just done today. Jorge Martin's just taken Pedro Acosta into 10. Nice clean move there. Ooh. And then the next right-hander, Pedro Acosta had it out of shape there. Not lost any time though. They've got the current live championship points up. I won't be bothering with that at the minute. There's going to be plenty of changes there. As it stands, Martin's in front of Bagnaia by 39 points. Marc Marquez is 49 behind. But we're going to have some change. Marc Marquez is currently in 8th behind Frankie Morbidelli. It's closing up at the front though. Pecco's just put the fastest lap in. We've got a front group of, call it 6. Yeah, we'll call that 6. So you've got Bagnaia P1, Martin P2, Acosta in 3, Binder in 4, Espargaro in 5. Raul Fernandez is still there in 6, just holding off Aleix Espargaro, who was having a look. But Vinales in 15th. Would you rule him out? It's going to be a struggle from there, isn't it? But we know what can happen to tyres around here. And the pace these lads are going, I won't be surprised if with 10 laps to go tyres become a real issue. Martin has just taken Bagnaia in T10, and Acosta's having a look at him now. I don't think he'll worry actually, Bagnaia. Just let Martin do his thing. This isn't Martin's track, is it? He doesn't go well here. Well, he doesn't go badly. He just goes less well than he does everywhere else. So coming across the line now, 19 laps to go. We've got Jorge Martin P1, Bagnaia P2, Acosta P3. Bagnaia's having a look. No, he bails out of that one. He's happy to stay in second. Brad Binder's with these front 3 in 4th. And then there's a bit of a gap then to Raul Fernandez and Aleix Espargaro. Bagnaia's a little bit wide there into turn 3, the long turn 3. But just manages to keep Pedro Acosta behind. Ride on his pipe in turn 4. Now they're coming up to the tricky turn 5. Let's see if Acosta... Yeah, Acosta does have a slightly tighter line into 5. It's just his natural line. Marc Marquez is 3.1 seconds behind the leader, who's currently Jorge Martin. So not insurmountable for Marc Marquez, that is for sure. Weather's glorious in Spain. I don't know what the track temps are, but they'll be getting hot. Pedro Acosta goes under Bagnaia, runs a little bit wide, but not wide enough to leave a gap for Bagnaia to perform the cutback. So that'll be P2 for Pedro Acosta. There's a yellow flag out in sectors 3 and 4. I think it's Adrian Fernandez dropping down the... It is. Turn 10. Sorry, Augusto Fernandez crashed at turn 10, so he's out. Just come over the line. 18 laps to go. We've still got Jorge Martin at the front. From Pedro Acosta in second, Francesco Bagnaia in third, Brad Binder in fourth. Then you've got a gap of 0.7 of a second to Raul Fernandez in fifth, Aleix Espargaro in sixth, Frankie Morbidelli seventh, Marc Marquez in eighth, Alex Marquez in ninth, and Air Bastianini currently in 10th. Don't forget to let us know in the chat once I get it up there. I did forget again. Any comments you've got, any thoughts you've got, who you think's going to be winning? You're a bit late now, but go on, we'll allow you. Quick shout out to our stream sponsor, jalexpetproducts.co.uk. Link in the description. Use promo code Jimmy James and get a 5% discount on all online orders. If you haven't done so already, please give us a share, hit the like button and click the notifications bell. Plenty of sport coming up this week. Martin and Acosta are just starting to pull a bit of a gap at the front. Only 6-8 bike lengths to Bagnaia in third, Brad Binder in fourth. Then you've got a gap of 0.6 of a second to Raul Fernandez and Aleix Espargaro. Gonna be, 18 laps to go. I'm gonna give it another, at this pace, another. Acosta just put in the fastest race time, 1:39.6. Sorry, fastest race lap time, 1:39.6. His pace is hot at the front. 1:39.6. What were they doing in yesterday's sprint race? These times are too hot at the front. They're just not going to get away with this pace without tyre issues. And Acosta's gone for the soft on the rear. That's some gamble, that, let's be honest. Martin leading from Pedro Acosta. Bit of a gap then to Bagnaia, 0.7 of a second, and Brad Binder. I think genuinely that Bagnaia's got the pace to go at the front. I think he's just thought, if you lads want to go, you go and see where you are at the end with your tyre, because you're not going to have any left. I mean, I'm going to have to watch the green. There is Martin. I mean, coming round, you can't be smoking your tyre like that. 16 laps to go. Jorge Martin in first from Pedro Acosta. Now the gap's a second to Bagnaia. Unless Pedro Acosta's thinking, oh, stuff it, I'm just going to go the pace I'm comfortable with, and if I've got enough tyre left, brilliant. If not, I'll deal with it and hope everybody else is dealing with it as well. Because these two are just starting to pull a gap at the front. Where's Vinales? Currently in 14th. Don't know how many seconds he is behind. Let's have a look. This might be a little bit outdated, but 8 seconds behind for Vinales. Look, if you're going to be losing at the front, if you can lose 4 or 5 seconds a lap, if your tyre goes off in a big way, which, let's be honest, all these tyres are going to go off. You don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. If he can keep his tyre, later on, he could be a major player in this race, even though he's so far behind at the minute. Taking a wider line there into 10. It's almost like a bit of a safer line, isn't it? Because it's a bit of a ball ache. There's 2 crashing points on here, isn't there? Turn 5 and turn 10. Is he going to be smoking his tyre coming onto the straight again here? Acosta's trying to get a good run behind Martin down the straight. Alesia's now got Brad Binder in his sights. 15 laps to go. As you were into turn 1, Jorge Martin from Pedro Acosta. Bit of a gap then to Pecco Bagnaia. Bit of a gap then to Brad Binder, and no gap to Aleix Espargaro. Raul Fernandez is hanging on in there well. How much tyre he's using, we don't know. Maybe he's got a good setup on his bike and that's why he's where he is. If it's because he's using his tyre to be there, it's going to be a long 15 laps. If you were watching this now, you'd be thinking, what are you talking about with tyre wear? Everybody's going well. You just know that in about another 5 laps, it's going to become an issue, surely. We're pumping in 39s at the front. Binder runs a nice line through 10. It looks like a safe line and he gets good exit off the corner, sort of turning it into a V, which we know the KTM likes to do, let's be honest. Aleix is right behind him onto the straight now, probably too close actually if he wants to use the draft or slipstream. But we'll see now. He's making ground, he's going to pass. Close. Blimey. That was close from Aleix going down the straight. He has done Binder into turn 1. Fernandez is going under Binder as well there. That was a cheeky little move. Pushes Brad Binder wide. He flicks up a load of dust. He won't be happy with that, will Binder. Tell you who will, Aleix, because that's given Aleix a good 10 bike lengths or more now on Brad Binder. Still as you were at the front. Pedro Acosta right on Jorge Martin's pipe. Going to have to watch his front tyre temperature as well, is Pedro Acosta being so close. $14 laps to go. Let's give you the full field. We've got Martin in P1, Pedro Acosta P2, Bagnaia in 3, Aleix in 4, Raul Fernandez in 5, and, oh dear me, Pedro Acosta's lost the front. I think it was turn 10 where he's gone down. We know what a ball 8-10 is. Yeah, he lost the front. Yeah, he just got a little bump going in. It literally threw him an inch wide, if that. And down he goes. But he's put a good showing in again. He's back up and running, but yeah, that's him out. He may as well go and call it a day there. He says he's rejoined. Get in the pits, mate. Go and get a cold beer down you. So out the front, we'll go through it quickly. Jorge Martin, Bagnaia, Aleix, Raul Fernandez 4, Binder 5, Marc Marquez in 6th, Frankie Morbidelli in 7th, Bastianini just been overtaken by Alex Marquez for 8th, so that'll be Bastianini in 9th now, Digis in 10th, Oliveira 11th, Quartararo 12th, Maverick Vinales 13th, Bezzecchi 14th, Rins 15th, Nakagami 16th, Luca Marini 17th, Joan Mir 18, Zarco's in 19, Pedro Acosta with his crash is in 20th, and Stefan Bradl's in 21st. He's done well though, Stefan Bradl, isn't he? Marc Marquez has just put a move on Brad Binder, 6 seconds to the leader, so that'll be Mark up to 5th place. Next he'll have his in his sights is Raul Fernandez. Maverick in 13th. How far is he behind? He was 8 seconds, wasn't he, before? 11 seconds now. 13 laps to go. Soon to be 12. Just trying to have a look if there's any marking on the tyres. Can't see any, which often you can. Right, 12 laps to go. Out front, Martin's got a lead of 1.1 seconds over Bagnaia. Aleix is in third, Raul Fernandez in fourth. Then there's a gap of 0.9 to Marc Marquez in fifth. Da-da, da-da, dun, 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 dun. That's what Raul Fernandez can hear in his helmet. Marc's on the move. How quickly is he going to close that gap of 0.9? Is he going to use his experience and do it piecemeal? Keep that tyre intact, or is he just going to use a bit of rubber to take the position? We'll see. Do you know, I'm wondering, they just shown that crash again at Pedro Acosta, and I'd said not 2 laps before, he's going to have to watch his front tyre temperature. And I'm just wondering if that was an issue. I mean, normally in T5 and T10, the issue is that you lose a bit of temp in your front tyre, so perhaps it wasn't the issue. Maybe Poncharal looks disappointed, as you would do. Bastianini's got a long lap penalty. What did he get the long... That's off the stewards, long lap penalty. He took a shortcut at turn 2. I don't know how many people have fallen for this today, but they need to look at the rules. If you run wide, you can't just come back on the track. You've got to go the certain side of a bollard that's there, and if you don't, you know what's coming. He's not taking it on this lap. He's currently behind Alex Marquez in 9th position. Alex Marquez pushed Bastianini out there, and I think it's because he's not lost enough time, not because of the bollard. But really, when you're racing, it's a hard one, that, isn't it? You know, how are you supposed to know that you've got to lose a second? Unless it comes up on your dash and they give you a couple of sectors to do it in. That's a hard one, that, to... I mean, I suppose if you lose 0.999 of a second, you get a penalty. Doesn't seem fair, does it? But rules is rules, and them's the rules. Right, what's Maverick up to? Aye, Maverick Vinales nearly lost the rear on the rumble strips there behind Quartararo. The rear wheel just dropped off the rumble strips. He's still in the race though. He's lucky, he's 13.5 seconds behind. And with 11 laps to go, you'd think no chance. However, we know how tyres can play a part. The gap at the front has just come down now to 3/4 of a second. Martin in the lead to Bagnaia in second. There's then a gap of 4.7 seconds to Aleix, who's in third. Bastianini's having a nightmare at turn 1 again, got pushed wide, and now he's going to lose a place to Digi. He may as well just go and pull in, it's not his day. Although he's got some points coming, hasn't he, so... "10 laps to go. This is when I think tyre issues are going to start. We know what they're doing, 1 minute 40s, 1 minute 39, late 39s at the front. That's going to come down. Surely over the next 10 laps, they can't keep this pace up. Or if you try, you're going to end up on your ear. I don't know what they've done to Martin's bike, or maybe he's done something himself in his own mind. He's found something, but to be so far out the front now from Aleix, who won yesterday, what is he? He's over 6 seconds in front of Aleix. Not for me. He's either using too much tyre, or there's something amiss with Aleix. I mean, Marc Marquez is in 5th place, quarter of a second behind Raul Fernandez. At some point, Marc's going to start making moves. He can see Fernandez, obviously, quarter of a second, but you can also see in shot Aleix, who's in 3rd. And that's going to be a beacon for him, isn't it? He's going to want a podium. He's going to want a victory. But he's going to want to be on the podium at least. Bastianini's still not taking his long lap penalty. I think he's only got this lap and then he's going to be getting another one. So considering that Ducati don't win here, currently we've got Ducati P1, Ducati P2. And then we've got Aleix in P3 on an Aprilia. You're not missing anything. It's all as you were. I'm just wondering if Bagnaia can close this gap at the front to Jorge Martin. Still got 8 laps to go, so there's no rush. Or is he going to wait and see if Martin comes back to him? Bastianini's just taking the place he lost to Di Antonio back, but it's still showing that he's not taking his long lap penalty. Well, he's only got, is it 3 laps you've got to get it done? Marc Marquez is not, I mean, he's close to Fernandez, but he's not showing him a wheel or anything like that. Right, Bastianini, he's now got a double long lap penalty because he failed to comply with the first instruction to complete a long lap penalty. Crazy. Might want to appeal it and say it wasn't his fault, but you do that after the race. You can't do it in the race. They're not going to say, oh yeah, well, we found it wasn't your fault and we'll take them penalties back, shall we? It's not going to happen. You've got to take your medicine. Bagnaia's closed that gap down now to well, it was 0.6. It's now down to 0.3 of a second. Jorge Martin P1, Bagnaia P2. Marc's going to make a move into turn 1 here on Fernandez, gets it done. Gets it done easily, really. He's now got his sights on Aleix Espargaro, who's about 4 bike lengths in front of him. If Marc Marquez has saved any tyre, then Aleix is going to be in trouble here, which is unusual considering it's an Aprilia track. They always do well here, don't they? And not what you'd call a Ducati circuit. Martin's going to come under pressure now at the front from Bagnaia. He's not right on his pipe, but pretty much. The last 4 laps he's taken the gap down to almost 0.2 of a second from 0.8 of a second. But it'd be interesting to see the lap times. Is that Bagnaia speeding up or is that Martin slowing down a little? We are just yellow flag, sector 3 and 4. Frankie Morbidelli's gone. Turn 10. It's pretty much turn 10 or turn 5 all the time, isn't it? But Frankie Morbidelli's gone. Bagnaia got a good exit off the final turn. Bit of a slipstream off Martin, but decides to sit in behind him. Quite happy there is Bagnaia. Brake nice and early. They're both looking smooth. Marquez now is right on the pipe of Aleix Espargaro. 0.1 behind, so that's nothing, is it? Bagnaia is turning tighter lines. You can see the banding as well. Turn 5, he goes under Martin. You're starting to see some banding on the rear tyre there of Martin. You won't give it up easily though, will what Martin won't. But if I was him, obviously I'm not, I wish I was. But I don't actually, but you know what I mean. Will he be happy with the second to Bagnaia? I think he would, you know, considering this is not a circuit that he goes well at. Well, he goes less well here than everywhere else. Eight seconds a gap from Jorge Martin in second to Aleix Espargaro in third. 6 laps to go, soon to be 5. Do you settle for second place? To be honest, I don't think he's got any tyre to have a go at Bagnaia, so this is going to be interesting. Coming into T1, Mark's got a draft off Aleix, tucks in behind him. Couldn't do anything though. Aleix got his braking spot on. Maverick Vinales is down in 13th. Let us know in the chat what you're thinking. Don't forget to give us a share, please. Click the notifications bell. We've got some football coming up later. I'm not doing the Formula 1. Can't do everything, so there we go. Pecco's up the lead at the front now to pushing 3/4 of a second. I think Martin will be happy with second here and just bring it home. 5 laps to go. He's got an 8-second gap to Aleix Espargaro, which is soon going to be Marc Marquez, I'm pretty sure. We're going to be coming down into T10 now. What's Marc going to do there? No, keeps his station. Aleix doesn't run wide, so they both take that turn 10 well. Good drive off the corner. We'll do you a quick top 10 in a second. In fact, we'll do it now before we go to T1. Bagnaia P1, Jorge Martin P2, Aleix P3, under pressure from Mark in P4, Raul Fernandez in P5, Alex Marquez in 6, Binder 7, Digi in 8, Oliveira at 9, Bastianini is showing in 10th. Mark's just got a good draft past Aleix. The crowd are cheering, as you can hear. So that'd be Marc Marquez in 3rd. Yeah, Bastianini is showing as being in 10th, but he hasn't took either of his... he had one long lap penalty, which he didn't take. They've now increased it to 2, which I don't think he's taken. He hasn't taken any up to now that I've seen. So what's next after that? Is it a black flag? And when you're only 50 odd points behind in the championships as things stand, you know, it sucks, but take your 1 lap penalty and get some points. As it stands now, he's going to get nothing. I wonder if Martin's going to make a push towards the end. There's 4 laps to go. Brave, they're just showing the overtake that Pecco did on Jorge Martin into turn 5. He got underneath him into turn 5. That's a brave move, isn't it? Come on, let's be honest. Pecco's going to come across the line now. That'll be 3 laps to go. So he's got a 0.8 second of a lead over Martin in second. Almost 9 seconds now to Marc Marquez in third. What's Jorge Martin's mindset now? Settle for second? Or does he have a little push and try and put Pecco under some pressure? We know what happened yesterday in the sprint race. Alesia's not given up yet on retaking Marc Marquez either. But I wouldn't think that position is going to change before the end. Blimey. Nakagami and Mira are having a go right at the back of the field into turn 1. I wouldn't be doing that if I was battling for 16th, is it? The racers though, aren't they, you see? It's in the blood. They can't help it. You're on me smoking the tyre there on that Honda, that's for sure. God, that Honda does look a dog. So Pecco just starting to slide there. Just starting to slide was Pecco. The gap's at a second now over Jorge Martin. 2 laps to go. But I just noticed then Bagnaia started sliding and spinning up a little bit as he was trying to get the power down to come onto the straight. That second can go in there like that if his tyre goes. Marquez is still in third, but Alesia's not given up on it. He's right behind, well, I say right behind, about 3 bike lengths. He'll want to be on the podium for sure, in front of his home crowd. Marc Marquez is obviously going to want to be on the podium as well. Alesia's not going to be going for the title, where there's every chance that Marc Marquez is. Although he wouldn't say that, would he? He's just going round turn 5 now, no change there. Both struggling for a little bit of traction on acceleration out. Into turn 6. Then 7, the right-hander, then 8. Mark's gone for the soft on the rear. Alesia's gone medium. We're coming up to turn 10. Heavy on the brakes there. Heavy on the brakes. Alasia was a little bit wide there. Lost 2 or 3 bike lengths. Lost 2 or 3 bike lengths there, he did. Which might have actually done for him. We're going to have 1 lap to go now. We've got Pecco Bagnaia 1.5 seconds in the lead from Jorge Martin. So it looks like, I'm not saying he's settled for it, maybe he can't do anything about it, but he'll be happy. He might not say that, but he'll be happy with the second, will Martin. He would still have a 39-point lead over Bagnaia in the championship. This one's going to go right to the end with Alessia and Marc Marquez. Literally nothing between them now. Alessia's right on the pipe of Marquez. He's going to have a go. I think he's going to have a go into either turn 5, which is coming up in a second, or he's going to wait for turn 10. So they're smoking the tyres now, last lap, no point saving anything. Mark goes, not defensive, but a bit of a tighter line. Both got good drive out of there. So now he's got one last chance as Alessia. He's right behind Mark. He's going to do it in turn 10, isn't he? He's going to either put it in the kitty litter and bin it, or he's going to be a hero or zero. Here we go, they're accelerating now. They're heading down towards turn 10. Aleix moves to the inside, Mark covers it, Aleix goes back outside. Is Mark going to run wide? He does ever so slightly, but Aleix follows him. I don't see where Aleix comes back past Mark from now. Pecco's going over the line in about, I'd say, 5 seconds time, so that's going to be done and dusted. Moto GP winner of Catalunya is Pecco Bagnaia. Martin in second. Mark's just going to hold off Aleix by, God, a bit. A few thousandths of a second. An enthusiastic flag waver, I don't know who that is. But, you know, Pedro Acosta rejoined and he's going to finish in 14th. So a couple of points there for Acosta. Good effort. I mean, that's a good effort, isn't it? To pick your bike up and finish 14th. All right, he had Nakagami behind him and Mir and Zarco and Marini and Brado and Rins. But that shows his character, doesn't it? To pick the bike up and finish in 14th. Good effort there. So that'll be Ducati's first MotoGP win since 2018. Pecco Bagnaia judged that well. And yeah, he rode well after yesterday's unfortunate tip-off. But in second place is Jorge Martin. He'll be happy with that. I get a feeling coming away from here and with damage limitation to Bagnaia on a circuit he doesn't go that well at. And Marc Marquez in third, just managing to hold off Aleix. Maverick Vinales, just what from the get-go, Maverick finished nearly 21 seconds behind. That's a bit of a stinker, isn't it, really? Especially when your teammates just got picked for a podium. And especially when you're supposed to be, out of the two riders, you're supposed to be the one who can look after a tyre a little bit better. But it's always easy sat in the comfort of your living room in an armchair, isn't it? You know, Marc Marquez is happy with that third place as well, that's for sure. He's trying to get the crowd going. He's bouncing up and down on his bike with his flag, his 93. He's getting a good reception as well. Let's see what Martin's reaction is. He's looking for somewhere to put his flag. I don't know where he'd like to put it. Bagnaia wouldn't be sitting comfortable. But, no, good finish for Martin there. I'd like to know what times they were doing at the end as well, because the tyre drop off wasn't as severe as I thought it was going to be. So they've obviously done their homework. I think the sprint race helps as well in getting that setting fine tuned. But yeah, I'd love to know what the last few laps times were. Must have been in the 40s, 41s, surely. Like in the 89 on the front of Jorge Martin's bike as well, a bit old school there. And I want to know as well, what's happened to Bastianini? I didn't see him take any of his long lap penalties. He got one for taking a shortcut at turn 2. Well, they said turn 2, but it started at turn 1. Yeah, he was unfortunate. He got pushed out by Alex Marquez. But if they give you a long lap penalty, you've got to take it. He didn't. And then they give him another long lap. Look at Marc Marquez dancing his way through the gravel. The fans are going absolutely crazy. He's proper dancing his way through the gravel. Like Michael Jackson or Peter Crouch. I don't know what that is. But the fans are loving it anyway. And so's Marc Marquez. He loves that P3. And I'll tell you what, he knows he's in this championship. He'll deny it, but he knows he's in it. He knows he's in it. He was going to do a backflip then, and he just went, no, I'm not. Winding him up. You don't see this in Formula One, do you? He's telling the fans how much he loves them. I love this. Banyaya's back in Park Ferme now. Mark Marquez is still dancing with the crowd. Loves it, doesn't he? Alicia's just stopped as well and given Mark a pat on the head and a little cuddle. Good old Alicia. Banyaya's going to do a little jump into his team. Not exactly what Mark Marquez was doing. Mark has stolen the show, hasn't he, here on this warm down lap. If you get a chance, no doubt it'll be on YouTube. Have a look at Mark Marquez's celebration for his third at Catalunya. Good fun. All good fun. Just waiting to see what's happened to. Alicia's coming with no gloves on. No doubt they've been thrown into the crowd. Somebody's got a nice souvenir there. I don't know where Mark is. He's not on his Mark Marquez. He's probably still dancing with his fans. Still want to know what happened to Bastianini. Where did Bastianini finish? They're saying he's finished now in 18th. So whether they've added time on or whether he did take the two long lap penalties at the end, I don't know. I didn't see. But yeah, he isn't the. He didn't. I think he went over the line in. I don't know where he went over the line actually. I just don't know what he's done. But either way, he's not got any points because the last time I looked, was he in 10th or something like that, 8th or 10th? Obviously, that wasn't going to be his finishing position. But I don't know whether he took the actual penalties or whether they've added the time on. Right. Now that's all over with. Quick shout out to our stream sponsor, jalexpetproducts.co.uk. Link in the description. Use discount code Jimmy James and get 5% discount on all online orders. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. Click the notifications bell. We've got plenty more live sport coming up. Give us a thumbs up. We'll be back online shortly with, I think we've got Championship football from Wembley. Through goes into the Premier League. Southampton or Leeds. Join us then.